What is up, MMA True Believers? This is Jason Burgos for SureDog.com, and I am joined tonight by the man that now holds the #1 spot and for submissions in Bellator history. At Bellator
Yeah.
229, this past Friday, he earned a first-round submission victory over veteran lightweight Saad Awad, which was his 7th as a Bellator fighter, and his 19th overall in 24 victories. Suffice to say, be careful with him in the cage because he is liable to snatch up a limb and take it home with him. That man is Goiti Yamauchi. Goiti, thanks for joining me, and congratulations on your victory last week.
Thank you so much, Jason, and all shared community. Going to be let's talk a little bit.
Now, in the opening minute of the bout, the commentators mentioned that Saad Awad saying that, you're similar to Lyoto Machida, but with a real good grappling. Also, they mentioned how calm you were on your feet going into this fight. And in the fight in the first round itself, did you have interest in testing yourself against him standing, since that is where he's strongest, or did that just seem like a poor strategic move and you're like, the plan is to get him to the ground whenever the moment strikes?
No, I'm not getting go to the ground is never my game plan.
Hmm.
People, if you see, there's not me. It's always just happening. It's just a part of my game, but it's not actually a game it's playing. I'm so confident, both on the ground and on the feet. I really want to test myself and on the feet, on the in the fights, but it always goes to the ground. So it's not my fault. People go to the ground with me, but I think this is a stupid game plan. You have to avoid go to the ground with me because I'm so good on the ground, but also I can fight on the feet too. So and in this specific in this fight, um, I took a hard shot in the first minute, and I knew that he would be aggressive because he got caught with a kick, and Sayed, he's so emotional.
Mhm.
He started to bring the fight when he got caught, and he got caught with a kick, and
Okay.
he started being emotional. And after that, I knew that I would do something to avoid the aggressive style, and I went to the single leg, went to the ground, and I could submit in the first minute.
And that perfectly transitioned because I was about to ask about that because he landed a good right hook on you. I was going to ask if because you were immediately shot not too long after that. I was going to ask, is it because of the shot was legit and you're like, whoa, 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 okay, I don't want to deal with this, or it was now I see that it was more aggression. It wasn't the shot per se that you landed. You just felt that even beforehand. You're like, you know what? It's not going to work on it. He's aggressive. I'm going to take him down.
No, 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 no. It's a MMA. The science of the game, it's hit. It don't get hit. That's MMA. I got a hard shot in the beginning of the fight,
Mm.
so I had to avoid the aggressive Sayed of the first round. He's very, very aggressive in the first
Mm.
round. I've been studying Sayed style, and I know that he's very, very dangerous. Not just
Mm.
Sayed. Every fighter, boxing, MMA fighter, kickboxing fighter, they are dangerous in the first round. So,
Mm.
what I did is, fight smart, fight with your brain. Don't go like him, like emotional.
Mm.
He got angry. He got, it was like I have to finish him now. But I always fight smart,
Mm.
and I'm not fighting kickboxer or boxing. I'm fighting MMA. So I did best option at that time, and I could finish in the first round.
Now you end up pulling guard on him while he isn't known for it. He does have quite a few submissions on his record, and he
Yeah.
hasn't ever he's only been submitted twice in 34 career bouts. When you got to the mat with him, was his grappling pretty good, or maybe over the years he didn't face a grappler like you in the past, and that's why you proved it by submitting him soon after.
This is not a concern because I'm very confident in my skills. I don't I don't really care about his skill, his how good he is. I know that I'm good grappler. I'm maybe the best grappler in the MMA because it's all about it's not about jiu-jitsu title, but how you put your jiu-jitsu inside the cage, and I think I am one of the best at it. So I can put the jiu-jitsu inside the MMA game. I can hit in the face. I can fight on the bottom, put in the mat, and submit the guys. If you see my fights, I'm always with my bag on the ground because I'm very confident. I trust in my style. Then people say you cannot, you have to avoid those who are around with your bag on the ground. But to me, I don't care about it. I'm so confident I can pull to the wall and put my jiu-jitsu style in MMA. So this is not really a concern. I'm always gonna fight my jiu-jitsu like I was, like I was in the jiu-jitsu competition. This is something usual
Yeah.
for me.
Now you own the top spot for all-time finishes and submissions in Bellator history, which is pretty meaningful for a promotion that has been around for a long time. Obviously, with folks like Naaman Gracie and Lee Malay McFarland right behind you, that top spot's gonna be hard to hold on to. But what does it mean to you to hold a place like that in one of the top MMA organizations in the world?
That means a lot. That means, I told to my coaches, first of all, I want to win this fight, no matter what, no matter
Yeah.
how. But it's really important to get this win in submission because I will break record. To me, it's very important, represent my country, the jiu-jitsu community. They expect a lot for my submission. So I'm really happy that I could break this record. That means a lot. Yeah, and I know you're not just breaking record, fighting bums. I'm fighting the best elites in the world. I'm fighting with against the best lightweights in the world. So that means that it's even better. It means a lot.
And you kind of just mentioned it, and it goes into the next question I was going to ask anyway. You told me last November when we talked, you had the best grappling in the lightweight division. With this new record, this new top spot, you kind of already mentioned it. Talk to me more about what you said earlier about you feel like you may have the best grappling in MMA, not just in the lightweight division, in all divisions. What makes you feel that your grappling is superior to many top grapplers out there in the sport?
Uh, first, first numbers, right? I have the Bellator record.
Mm-hmm.
First, second, tell me one guy that can fight with who can make a guard in MMA. Just tell me one guy who makes a lot of submissions from the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
There's nobody like me. I can fight on the ground and I can fight with my back on the mat and submit the guy. So that is why this is a pure jiu-jitsu. This is not a jiu-jitsu for MMA. This is a pure jiu-jitsu. It's like a
Mm-hmm.
racing, just like a Royce Gracie. He can do a lot of armbar from the
Mm-hmm.
guard, triangles, and this kind of positions from the bottom. So that is why I think I'm the best grappler in MMA.
Now, the interesting counterpart to you, let's say in the UFC level, and also a fellow Brazilian, is that Charles Oliveira. Charles Oliveira has the submission record for the UFC. How do you think
Yeah.
you would go? He also fights lightweight. How do you think you would fare against him, either in a straight up MMA match or just if you had to grapple? Do you feel like even Charles Oliveira would not be able to handle the Goichi grappling?
For sure. Too much for him, honestly. He knows that. He,
Now,
is what it is. I'm just better than him.
Interesting. All right. Now the lightweight division is in flux in Bellator right now, with the new champion participating in the featherweight Grand Prix. So it's hard to say when the title will be defended again. You are a guy that is a legit contender for the lightweight title in Bellator. The UFC has often done interim title belts when a champion is unable to defend the title for some time. Would you be interested in Bellator creating an interim title while Pitbull is busy with the Grand Prix?
100%, 100%. This is what I want. I want to, push my manager. I want to, I think Bellator needs to make the interim belt. This is a very important just for not just for the the division is stacked. We need to move on. We need to put fights, good fights. Interim belt is a good option. I already asked you for Henderson fight, so we'll see. I really want big fights. Um, I want to face guys like former champions and Ben Henderson. Now is a guy who that I want to face now. So we'll see.
Is and since you mentioned Ben, because I was going to ask then if they did an interim title fight and you were in it, who was the person that you feel is deserving of a title shot? Do you feel it would be Ben, say, over Chandler, and Chandler would be a rematch for you? Would you rather the Benson fight, or you rather maybe get a rematch with Chandler?
He needs to he needs to rest a little bit and just let the young guys go to the title. I think me against Henderson, or me against Chandler, or even Chandler against Ben Henderson will be good matchups. I think we are the next contenders. So we'll see. We must fight each other for the title, maybe. But if they do an interim belt, it must be one of those matches. We'll see.
Now, speaking of those guys, now Bellator has done a great job with its Grand Prix tournament so far. The heavyweight, the welterweight, the featherweight. It would seem that there's really only one division left with strong enough depth to try and do another Grand Prix, and that's lightweight, at least to me. You, Michael Chandler, Benson Henderson, Patricky Pitbull, those are all guys that quickly fill up, say, an 8-man bracket very quickly. Are you hoping the promotion does a lightweight Grand Prix next, or have you even heard things from Bellator management that's a possibility?
Yeah, I think there is a possibility because lightweight is the strongest division inside MMA, not just in Bellator, but in
Mm-hmm.
the entire game. So it's pretty interesting, and I really want it. Who wants to be a millionaire? Come on.
If they were to do a Grand Prix just like the others, is winning the championship belt the main priority that would excite you the most? Or is it that possibility of doing like $1 million like they have done for the last three, and getting something that is not at all common in MMA, $1 million payday? Is it the belt, or is it the $1 million for you?
Um, I love money. I'm not gonna lie to you. Money is my motivation,
Mm-hmm.
but legacy is my proposal. Understand? It's different. Money. I love money. I love. I want. I want to be a millionaire. But the proposal is the most important. It's all
Mm-hmm.
about legacy.
Yeah.
It's all about legacy, and I want to be the best. That's it.
Now, I always like to end these interviews, learning something a little bit different about, the fighters or whoever I talk to, CEO or manager or whatever, that maybe fans may not know. And, for you guys, fighting, training, it takes up a lot of your life. So, in those moments when you're just away from fighting, you're away from martial arts, you just, have time to yourself. What's your personal passions? What kind of things are you into that just has nothing to do with fighting? Are you a big movie fan? Do you like to cook? Do you like to, ride motorcycles, ride cars, video games? What kind of things are you into?
I'm a boring guy. I'm not
I
gonna
hear that too much. I hear that
I'm
all
not
the
gonna,
time.
I'm not gonna lie to you. You know what I'm like is this. Work hard every day. No
Hmm.
fucking days off. Until I get there, until I'll be millionaire, until I'll be the champ. I'm not gonna stop. I In the weekends I like to to lay down, study fights, um, eat a good food.
Hmm.
But I really enjoy my progress, my I like the way it is. I like just some people call me crazy, workaholic, but it is like that. I think if you're not like that, you're not gonna get there. You're not gonna be a champ. You're not gonna be successful. So this is the kind of person I am. I really enjoy every every second of this process. So there's not much there's not much thing that I enjoy. I don't like to go travel. I don't like to go party. Of course, I like to have a good friend and spend some time with him, but I don't have too much friends. I don't see so often my family. It's just it's all about work. It's all about I love work. This is my lifestyle.